Elizabeth Tudor's early life was marked by uncertainty and danger. Born on September 7, 1533, she was the daughter of King Henry VIII and his second wife, Anne Boleyn. Henry, desperate for a male heir, had annulled his marriage to Catherine of Aragon to marry Anne. This decision had plunged England into religious turmoil, as the Catholic Church refused to recognize the annulment. Elizabeth's birth, far from securing her position, only heightened the tensions. She was merely 3 years old when her mother, accused of treason and adultery, was beheaded on the orders of the king. Declared illegitimate, Elizabeth's place in the line of succession was stripped away, casting a long shadow over her childhood. Despite the turmoil, Elizabeth received a rigorous education, befitting a royal princess. She excelled in languages, mastering French, Italian, Latin, and Greek. Her tutors, some of the most learned scholars of the time, instilled in her a love for literature, history, and philosophy. Yet the shadow of her mother's fate and the uncertainty surrounding her own claim to the throne loomed large. Elizabeth learned to navigate the treacherous waters of court politics with caution, observing the shifting alliances and intrigues that often determined one's fate. During the reigns of her half-siblings, Edward VI and Mary I, Elizabeth remained a figure of considerable interest and, at times, suspicion. Her Protestant upbringing, a stark contrast to Mary's staunch Catholicism, made her a focal point for religious dissenters. She skillfully navigated these dangerous times, carefully concealing her own beliefs while maintaining a facade of obedience. Elizabeth's early life, marked by both privilege and peril, served as a crucible, forging in her the resilience, intelligence, and political acumen that would characterize her long and illustrious reign. Upon Mary I's death in 1558, Elizabeth ascended to the throne at the age of 25. England, deeply divided by religious strife and facing threats from abroad, looked to their new queen with a mixture of hope and apprehension. Elizabeth, acutely aware of the challenges ahead, embraced the task of uniting her fractured nation with pragmatism and determination. One of her most pressing challenges was the religious question. England, having swung between Catholicism and Protestantism under her predecessors, yearned for stability. Elizabeth, though raised a Protestant, sought a middle ground. She established the Church of England with herself as its supreme governor, a move that appeased both moderate Catholics and Protestants while asserting her authority over religious matters. The Act of Uniformity, passed in 1559, established a common prayer book and reaffirmed the Church's break from Rome. This skillful balancing act, though not without its critics, proved instrumental in calming the religious unrest that had plagued England for decades. To secure her position and strengthen England's standing in the world, Elizabeth assembled a trusted council of advisers, with William Cecil, later Lord Burghley, as her chief minister. Cecil, a shrewd politician and diplomat, proved to be an invaluable asset to the young queen. Under his guidance, Elizabeth implemented policies that bolstered England's economy, strengthened its navy, and expanded its influence abroad. Her reign marked the beginning of England's transformation from an island nation on the fringes of Europe to a major player on the world stage. Elizabeth's reign, often referred to as the Golden Age, witnessed an unprecedented flourishing of English art, literature, and exploration. The Queen's patronage of the arts fostered a vibrant cultural landscape. William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, and Edmund Spenser, some of the greatest literary figures in English history, produced their masterpieces during this era, their works reflecting the spirit of optimism and national pride that characterized Elizabethan England. Theatres like the Globe became hubs of creativity, attracting audiences from all walks of life. Shakespeare's plays, with their complex characters, compelling narratives, and explorations of universal themes, captured the imaginations of Elizabethan audiences and continue to resonate with audiences centuries later. Beyond the arts, the Elizabethan era was an age of exploration and discovery. Inspired by the voyages of explorers like Sir Francis Drake and Sir Walter Raleigh, England ventured further into the unknown, establishing colonies in the New World and challenging the dominance of Spain and Portugal in the Americas. These voyages of exploration brought back new knowledge, exotic goods, and expanded England's reach, further solidifying its position as a growing world